Hello children, hope you are all doing good. So children, can we recall what we have learned in the previous class? We have learnt about division of integers, right? In division of integers also, it is the same as like multiplication, sign rule, right? So same sign means we need to put plus. If it is plus and plus, we will put plus. Minus and minus means also we should put plus. Okay, if it is different sign, that is minus and plus, plus and minus means we need to put minus sign. That is the thing we are learnt in division of integers, right? So the next topic we are going to learn is about properties of division. Okay, so we are learnt about the properties, right, in addition, subtraction, multiplication. Is it children? So what are all the properties we are learnt? The first one we are learnt is closure property, commutative property, associative property, distributive property. These are all the properties we are learnt in the properties of addition, multiplication and subtraction, right? So likewise we are going to check whether what are all the properties is possible in division of integers. Okay children, so let us check with the closure property. Okay, the first is closure. So closure means what? Simply, if you are having two integers a and b, okay, if a and b are two integers, if you are dividing these two integers means the answer, the quotient we are getting should also be an integer. Okay, that is the rule for closure property. Okay children, let us check with some examples. Okay, see, so 100 divided by 2, so what will you get? 100 divided by 10 divided by 2, simply we can choose a simple numbers. Okay, so 10 divided by 2 means simply if it is 10 divided by 2, 1 2 is 2 and 5 2s are 10, right? So we'll get the answer as 5. So 10 is an integer, 2 is an integer and also 5 is an integer, right? So that we can say now it is closure, right? Now let us see again another one example. Okay, 16 divided by 6. So 16 is an integer and also 6 is also an integer, right? So let us find the answer. So how will you find 16 divided by 6? Now, so see in 2 table, okay, 3 2s are 6 and 8 2s are 16. Okay, now we are getting 8 upon 3. 8 upon 3, can we divide? Okay, 8, 3, okay. So 2 3s are 6. So what will you get? 8 minus 6, you will get 2. So we will get the answer in mixed fraction. Okay, the quotient it is 2 upon 3. Okay, this quotient should be in this place and remainder in the top and the divisor in the denominator. Okay children, so is it an integer? No, right, it is not an integer. Okay, so it does not hold the closure property. And let us see another one example. 7 divided by 11. So how will you divide? 7 upon 11. How will you divide this one? So let us divide 7 and 11. Now, is it possible to divide? No, right? So it is not closure. Okay children, so that we can say the division of integers may or may not be closed. Okay, ஒருவேளை closed ஆவும் இருக்கலாம். Okay, here it is an integer divided by integer and also we got an integer here. But in these cases 16 divided by 6, it is an integer and 6 is also an integer. But we got a mixed fraction, okay, or else a rational number. Okay, so that we can say the division of integers may or may not be closed. Okay children, so that we can say division of integer may or may not be closed. Okay children, so if you are dividing two integers, we may get integer or else we may get any other different numbers. Okay, integer ஆவும் இருக்கலாம், நம்ம கிடைக்கிற ஆன்சர் integer ஆவும் இருக்கலாம் or else we can get some other numbers. Okay, so that we can say division of integers is not closed. Okay children, so let us see the next property, that is commutative property. Okay, so the next is commutative property. Commutative property means if you are dividing, okay, if you are dividing two integers a divided by b, in the right hand side we will change the order. Okay, b divided by a. Okay, whether if it is possible means we can say division of integers holds commutative property. Okay, let us check. Okay, so it is now 10 divided by 2. Okay, so let us take A as 10 and B as 2. Okay, 10 divided by 2 and 2 divided by 10. Okay, let us check whether these two are equal or not. Okay, so should not put equal sign. So 10 divided by 2 means 10 upon 2. So 1 2 is 2 and 5 2s are 10. So what will you get? We are getting the answer as 5, right? 10 divided by 2, we got the answer as 5. Okay, let us check for 2 divided by 10. Okay, so 2 upon 10. So 1 2 is 2 and 5 2s are 10. So what we are getting? We are getting the answer as 1 upon 5. Is these two are equal? No, right? These two are not equal. Okay, these two are not equal. So that we can say commutative property is not possible for division of integers. Okay, children. So division of integers does not hold commutative property. Okay, children, is it clear? So commutative is not possible. Okay, these two are not equal. Okay, not equal. Okay, children. So let us check for associative property. Okay, simply in division, if you are changing the order, okay, here we have changed the order, right? So if you are changing the order means it will not possible, will not get the same answer. That is the thing we have learned here. Okay, so let us check with associative property. So associative property means simply if you are having three integers, okay, A divided by B divided by C, okay, simply we will group this in different order. Okay, so if A divided by B divided by C, we are grouping here A divided by B, right? So here in left hand side, A divided by B divided by C. Okay, children, we will group this in different order. Okay, children, let us check whether these two are correct or not. Okay, whether these two are correct or not. So let me take A as 40. Okay, 40 divided by 4 divided by 2. Okay, children, first of all let us solve the bracket. Okay, so first of all 40 divided by 4 divided by 2. So 40 divided by 4 means 1 4 is 4 and 10 4s are 40. So we got 10 divided by 2. Okay, 10 divided by 2 means, so how will you write? 10 upon 2. So 1 2 is 2 and 5 2s are 10. So we got the answer as 5. Okay, for the left hand side we got the answer as 5. Okay, let us check for the right hand side. So 40 divided by 4 divided by 2. Okay, we are just having the brackets in different terms. Okay, so first of all let us solve the brackets. 4 divided by 2. Okay, 4 upon 2. So 4 upon 2, 1 2 is 2 and 2 2s are 4. Okay, children, so that we got 40 divided by 2. So that we can write 40 upon 2. So children, so that now we can cut 1 2 is 2 and 2 2s are 4 and 0. Okay, children, so what is the answer we are getting? We are getting the answer as 20. Whether these two are equal? No, right, these two are not equal. Okay, so that we can say division of integer does not hold associativity. Okay, is it clear? So இதுவரைக்கும் பார்த்த எந்த ப்ராப்பர்ட்டிஸ்மே டிவிஷன் வந்து ஹோல்ட் ஆகல. Okay, children, can you all understood? Closure property may or may not be possible for division of integers. Okay, children, it may be possible or may not be possible. Possible ஆவும் இருக்கலாம் or else it can't be possible. Okay, and then commutative, division of integers does not hold commutative property. And then associativity, here we have seen, right, it does not hold associativity. Okay, children, so let us see about the property of 0. Okay, so next is the property of 0. So property of 0, simply it is nothing but simply it is 0 divided by something. Okay, 0 divided by, if 0 divided by a, what will you get? 0 divided by a, that is 0 upon a. What will you get? You will get 0, right? Simply if you are dividing 0 divided by 10, what will you get? 0 divided by 10, you will get 0. Okay, children, that is the answer. This is called property of 0. Okay, simply if you are dividing 0 divided by minus 10, what will you get? You will get 0. Okay, children. But if you are dividing, okay, simply if a divided by 0 means, does it have any value? No, it is undefined, okay, it is undefined. Okay, it is not possible. Okay, children. So, if 0 divided by a means you will get 0. If a divided by 0 means you will get the answer as undefined. It is not possible. Okay, children. So, again, if 0 divided by 5, what will you get? 0 divided by 5, you will get 0. Okay, children, this is called property of 0. Okay, children. So, any 0 divided by any number will get the answer as 0. That is the thing we are learning. Okay. And the next is property of 1. Okay. So, property of 1 means simply if you are dividing a divided by 1, what will you get? A divided by 1, you will get the answer as a. Okay. Simply if you are dividing 12 divided by 1, what will you get? 12, the same number. Okay. If you are dividing a number with 1, we will get the answer, the same answer. Okay, children? Can you all understand? Simply if you are dividing 8, okay, 8 divided by 1, what will you get? You will get 8, okay. Simply, if you are having minus 24 divided by 1, what will you get? Minus 24. Okay, children? A number divided by 1 will get the same number. Okay, children? Can you all understand? This is called property of 1. Okay. So, that's all about the properties of division. Okay. So, what are all the properties we have seen? The first is closure property. Is it possible for division? No, right? So, the closure property may or may not be possible for division of integers. Okay, children? It may be possible or may not be possible. Okay, children? Commutative property, it surely does not hold. Division of integers does not hold commutative property. Okay, and then the next is associative property. Associative property, if you are having 3 integers, okay, 3 integers in different order, we will use associative property. Associative property, is it holds for division of integers? No, it is not possible for division of integers. Okay, it is not true. Associative property is not true for division of integers. Okay, and then we have learnt about the property of 0. Property of 0 means 0 divided by, okay, 0 divided by 24. Okay, what will you get? 0 divided by 24. You will get 0. Okay, 0 divided by 1 will get 0. Okay, children. So, and then the next one is property of 1. Property of 1 means a divided by 1. Simply minus 24 divided by 1 means we will get minus 24. This is called properties of division. Okay, children, is it clear? Okay, this may ask in one word question. Okay, children, don't forget. Okay, so let us see the next topic, statement problems on integers using all fundamental operations. Okay, children, simply we are going to learn about some of the word problems. Okay. So, what does mean by the statement problems? Statement problems means word problems. Okay. So, we are going to do the word problems on integers using the fundamental operations. So, what are all the fundamental operations we are learned? Addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Okay, children. So, let us see the situation 1 in page number 26. Okay, children. Yeah, take your book, page number 26. See the question of situation 1. If a person's initial balance is rupees 530. Okay, children. Initial balance is rupees 530 in a particular month. Okay. Okay. And in the same month, if he deposits rupees 230. Okay. If he deposits rupees 230, okay, let us write. So, deposit 1, okay, let us write the deposit. So, deposit equal to rupees 230. Okay, children. And withdraws rupees 150, okay, withdraws rupees 150, okay, let us write. So, withdraw, okay. What does mean by withdraw? Withdrawal is rupees 150. Okay, withdrawal means he had deposited in the bank. Okay, bank la save panni vekkiraru. From that he had taken. Okay, he had taken rupees 150 from that. Okay, children. Okay, let us read. Again, a withdrawal of rupees 200. Okay, again he is withdrawing rupees 200. Okay. So that we can write this as withdrawal 1 and this as withdrawal 2. Okay, 2. Okay, withdrawal 2. So how much he withdrawed? Rupees 200. Okay. Okay, children. So first of all, the initial balance is rupees 530 and deposit is rupees 230. Okay, 230 he deposited and he withdraws 150 rupees. Again he withdraw 200 rupees. Okay, and a deposit of rupees 99. Okay, again he is depositing rupees 99. Okay, so how will you find the answer for this? Okay, children. So we are going to calculate the transaction. Okay. Okay, let us find. So again he is depositing, right? So that we are considering this deposit as deposit 1 and the last deposit as deposit 2. Okay, deposit 2 equal to rupees 99. Okay, children. So initial balance he is having in the account. Okay, children. So it is plus. Okay. So let us write. It is total amount equal to, okay, total amount equal to, so how will you write? First of all, initial balance is plus, okay, so rupees 530, deposit means, for deposit we can put plus, okay, deposit means he is saving, right, so the depositing rupees 230, so we need to put plus, okay, plus 230, and then withdrawal 1, right, so withdrawal 1 means, withdrawal he is just taking it back, right, so that we need to put minus, okay, so minus 150 and again is withdrawing, right, withdrawing rupees 200, so again minus 200 and at the last he is depositing rupees 99, so that plus 99. Okay, children, so that 530 is the initial balance, okay, and then 230 is the deposit, so that plus 230. Withdrawing rupees 150, so that withdrawing means he is taking it back, so that minus 150 and withdrawal 2, for that withdrawal means minus 200, okay, and then again the deposit 2, for that plus 99. Okay, children, so first of all let us solve the numbers having same sign, okay, so it is plus 530 plus 230 and plus 99, right? So let us add 530 plus 230 plus 99. Okay, children, now add 0 plus 0 plus 9. We will get 9. Okay, 3 plus 3, 6. 6 plus 9, 15, right? 5 and 1. Okay, 1 plus 5, 6. 6 plus 2, 8. Okay, 859. Okay, so 859. Okay, children, so we are just added only the positive signs, right? So let us find the negative signs. Okay, let us calculate the negative signs. Here we are having minus 150 and minus 200. Is it, children? So let us add this. It is also same sign, right? Minus 150 and minus 200. So that we need to add and put the same sign. Okay, children. So minus 150. That is 150. Plus 200. Add this. 0 plus 0, 0. 5 plus 0, 5. 1 plus 2, 3. Okay, children. 350. Okay, 859 minus 350. Okay, children. So, let us subtract it. 859 minus 350. Subtract it and say. So, 9 minus 0, 9. Okay, 5 minus 5. 0. Okay, 8 minus 3, 5. Okay, 5. So, 509. Okay, children. So, the total amount, okay, they are having, okay, he is having in his account is rupees 509. Okay, children. Is it clear? Okay, it is the final balance. Okay, we can write the final balance equal to, final balance is rupees 509. Okay, children. Okay, children, copy this in your classwork notebook. Okay, take your classwork notebook. Put today's date. Okay, write this heading. Statement problems on integers using all fundamental operations. Okay, write the heading. And then write situation 1. And write this question, okay, situation 1 question in your classwork notebook. Copy this question, okay? It is in page number 26. Okay, write the question and then first of all read the question and write the given, okay? Write what is given in the question, okay? First of all, initial balance, deposit, withdrawal, and withdrawal to and deposit, okay? This is given. First of all, we are writing the given, okay? And then we are solving the problem. Okay, children, can you all understood? So, while solving word problems, first of all, you should read the question again and again, okay? 2 or 3 times you need to read the question and then we need to write given first, okay? What is given in the question, okay? And then what we need to find, okay? What we need to find here? Here we need to find the total amount, that is final balance, okay? You need to identify what we need to find, okay? And then we need to solve the problem, okay, children? So, copy this in your classwork notebook. Pause the video and write. Okay, children. So, let us see the situation 2. After completing this, write situation 2 in the same page. Okay, children. Write the question of situation 2 in the same page. Children, write the question of situation 2 in your classwork notebook. Okay, let us read the question. Okay. So, if a person buys 8 pence for rupees 80. Okay, 8 pence for 80 rupees. Okay, children. And he sells 4 pence with a profit of rupees 3 per pen. Okay, 4 pence with a profit of rupees 3 per pen. Okay, and 3 pence with a loss of rupees 2 per pen. Okay, and 1 pen at the buying cost. Okay, find the total loss or profit of him. Okay, children. So let us write given. So read the question. First of all, if a person buys 8 pence for 80 rupees, right? Buys 8 pence for rupees 80. Okay, children. So that we can find the cost of 1 pen, right? So that how will you find the cost of 1 pen? Cost of 1 pen equal to, okay, they had given the cost of 8 pen, okay. He bought 8 pence in rupees 80. Okay, with this we can find the cost of 1 pen. How will you find? 80 divided by 8. Okay, so 1 8 is 8 and 10 8s are 80. Okay, so the cost of 1 pen is rupees 10. Okay, children. And he sells 4 pence with a profit of 3 per pen. Okay, he sell. Okay, so sell 4 pen at a profit rupees 3. Okay, children, profit equal to rupees 3. Okay, and again he sells 3 pence. Okay, sells 3 pen at a loss. Okay, it was a loss of rupees 2. Okay, loss means we can say it is minus 2. Okay, minus 2. Okay, children, and 1 pen at the buying cost. Okay, sells 1 pen at cost price. So what is the cost price? Cost of 1 pen is rupees 10, right? So that 1 pen he has sold in with the rupees. Okay, same cost price rupees, that is rupees 10. Okay, children. So we need to find the total loss or profit of him. Okay, whether he got loss or profit for this buying. Okay, children. Okay, let us find. First of all, let us find all the selling price. Okay, this is given, right? This is given. So let us find the selling price. Okay, so the selling price of 4 pen. Okay, so what is selling price? What is the profit? 3 is the profit, right? So the cost is 10. So from that cost, he got the profit rupees 3. So it is 10 plus 3. Okay, 10 plus 3. So how many pens? 4 pens, right? So into 4. Okay, children. So the cost of pen is 10. So that from that he got the profit of rupees 3. So that 10 plus 3. And the total number of pens is 4. So that 10 plus 3 into 4. So 10 plus 3, 13. 13 into 4. Okay, 13 into 4, you will get 52. Okay, you will get the answer as 52. Okay, rupees 52. And then let us find the selling price of 3 pen. Okay, selling price of 3 pen. So how will you find the selling price of 3 pen? The cost of 1 pen is rupees 10. Okay, 10. So it was a loss, right? So minus 2. So 10 minus 2 into how many pens? 3 pens. Okay, so 10 minus 2, it is 8, right? So 8 into 3. 3 8s are 24. Okay, children. So the cost selling price of 3 pen is rupees 24. Okay, children. So let us find the selling price of the last 1 pen. Okay, selling price of 1 pen equal to. So what is the selling price? It is the cost price, right? So that only 1 pen. So 1 into 10, that is 10. Okay, children. So now we can add, right? So we can find the total selling price. So total selling price equal to 52 plus 24 plus 10. Okay, plus 10. Okay, 52 plus 24 plus 10. So now add 52 plus 24 plus 10. So 2 plus 4, 6, right? 6. 5 plus 2, 7. 7 plus 1, 8. That is 86. Okay. So the total selling price is rupees 86. Okay. What is the cost price? The cost price is rupees 80. Okay. Cost price is 80. Okay. CP equal to 80. SP is rupees 86. So that which is greater? Selling price is greater. So selling price is greater means what we can write? Selling price is greater than cost price. So that it is profit. Okay, children. So first of all, read the question and write the given. Okay. And then we had find the selling price for all these. Okay. Selling price of 4 pen. So it has a profit. So profit is 3. So that 10 into 3. Sorry, 10 plus 3 into 4. Okay. 10 plus 3 into 4. Okay. And then selling price of 3 pen. So the cost price is 10. So it is the loss, right? So loss of minus 2. So 10 minus 2 into 3. Number of pens is 3. Okay. So 10 minus 2 into 3. Okay. And then selling price of 1 pen. The same cost price, that is 1 into 10, that is 10. Okay, children. And at the last, we had find the total selling price. So it is 86 and the cost price is 80. Okay, children. So that selling price is greater. So that we can say it is the profit. Okay, children. So copy it in your classwork notebook. So how much the profit is? So how will you find the profit? Selling price. So simply we can write, okay, profit equal to SP minus CP. Okay, that is 86 minus 80. That is rupees 6. Okay, children. So write this and complete. Okay, children. So pause the video and write. Children, can you all understand? Okay, that's all about today's class. Let me give you homework from exercise 1.5. Okay, children? Okay, see the question of exercise 1.5. First one. One night in Kashmir. Okay, it was one night in Kashmir. The temperature is minus 5 degrees Celsius. Okay, the temperature is minus 5 degrees Celsius. Okay, next day the temperature is 9 degrees Celsius. Okay, the night the temperature is minus 5 degrees Celsius. And in the night, the temperature is 9 degrees Celsius, okay, plus 9 degrees Celsius. Okay, we need to find the increase in temperature, that is the difference. Okay, children. So, we need to find the difference, how much the temperature is increased. Okay, children. So, let us consider a number line for this, okay. So, it is plus 9, okay, it is plus 9 and in the night it was minus 5 degree. Okay, children. So, we need to find the difference, right. We need to find how much it was increased, so that if you are subtracting means we need to take the greater number first, right? So 9 minus, okay, minus 5. Okay, children. Now subtract it. Okay, children. So we can write very easily. Is it, children? So this is your homework. Okay. Okay, children. Note your homework. Okay. So in exercise 1.5, first sum is your homework. Okay, children. Do your homework properly. Okay. Thank you.